Winery, and I'm here with the owner. His name is Bill, who a few years ago had started this winery, and here with a group of friends from the Carecraft group, enjoying an outing. We're doing some training out at front site, and I'd like to introduce Bill. Maybe he'll tell us a little bit about his winery. Bill?
Well, thanks. It's an honor and a pleasure to speak to everybody. The winery is out here in Southern Nevada. The winery actually opened in 1990. I was not involved with it at that time. And then in 2002, we discovered this. It was kind of for sale, so to speak. And my wife and I got interested in it, and that's how we ended in the wine business. I'd been in the restaurant business, but not the wine business. And we took it over, and the rest is history. Now we're living the dream, which I guess is how does it work now? If you want to end up with a fortune in the wine business, start with a damn big fortune. So,
one of the things, Bill, that I've always found in all the different friends that I have that have wineries is they were some type of titan in another industry and decided that they wanted to get into the wine business. What was your background before you came here?
You know, that is true. So many of the people that are in the wine business were titans of other industries because it's very capital intensive. It's a tough business. My total naivety on that issue is the only reason that I got into it. If I had known then what I know now, I would have gotten my head examined. But I was actually a real estate agent, and my wife was a school teacher, and I'd never even been to a winery before. I just saw a place that needed an awful lot of tender loving care. It really piqued my interest. We made one trip to Napa Valley, and within one day, there was like the hook. I mean, you're done then, you're in it. And so we dedicated our life to this place. Every waking moment and every dollar goes into it, but we wouldn't trade it for anything.
I notice as I'm in this banquet room that we're in, there are so many trophies on the wall. My goodness, you have got to be one of the most honored wineries I've been to for being such a young owner in this. What happened?
A lot of luck, and we also had some good help. If you have friends in this business, you know how cooperative it is. People will bend over backwards to give you assistance and help. And so we had that. We've had a lot of help, and then we've had some dumb luck too along the way. We've been very fortunate. But the awards that you're looking at over here on the wall, those are almost all of those have come in since 2005. And my wife went to UC Davis, got her winemaker certificate, and we're involved with every single bottle. I mean, every bottle. And you know the old story, the wine's made in the vineyard. So we've kind of floundered around a little bit, testing different wines from different regions. And it's really been over the last couple of years that we've really kind of honed in on what we like from where, and then that's all we do. We don't do a lot. We're doing about 10,000 cases a year. And most of our fruit comes out of California, not all of it. So we like to tell people we're the best damn California winery in Nevada. But we started actually producing Nevada wines in 2005. Our 2008 Zinfandel is the first commercial red wine ever produced in the state of Nevada. Now here's the interesting thing. When we released it in 2008, is when we released it, we entered it in 8 national wine competitions, walked out with 7 national wine awards. At the Pacific Rim International Wine Festival in California, we walked out with a gold medal. So our Nevada's first Zinfandel beat the California Zinfandels. That totally blew us away. So now we're up to about a dozen acres worth of grapes here in Southern Nevada that we're working on. And but a lot of that wine's still in barrels because it takes time. So
the soil conditions here, I know in certain areas of California, as I travel up and down California, some regions better than others, primarily because of soil. There must be something magical about the soil up here.
I think that this particular site is phenomenal. This is rocky, sandy, loamy soil. We have good water. Obviously, we get plenty of sunlight. The weather seems to cooperate. We don't get any hard freeze, knock on wood. And the summers are a little warm, but nothing more. We don't get any warmer here than they do in Calistoga. So good canopy management, good water management. This rocky, sandy soil. Our brand new harvest of Syrah this year which would be the first harvest because the vines are new, we were completely stunned and blown away when we taste the juice after crushing it. It was every bit as good as the fruit that we get out of Paso Robles, and that really uncorked us. So, and then a couple of the other vineyards that we're working with just seem to be kind of in sweet spots. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're still in diapers, you know. So we're still in diapers. But next year, 2012 harvest, we should get at least 30 tons of Nevada grapes, maybe 35. So, but in 2005 we only did 1 ton. So
this could be a Cinderella story, much like the Chateau Montelena in California in the Napa Valley back in the 70s. A lonely little dark horse winery coming from nowhere.
Montelena may be a stretch, you know. But I think we have proven now that listen, we're not Napa Valley, we're not Sonoma, we're not Paso, but I think that we are proving that over time and with some trial and error. I mean, California didn't get to where it's at overnight. That we are going to be able to prove without question that Nevada can produce some good wines, and no different than anything in California, you've got to pick the right varietal in the right location and how to farm it right and everything. And so we're going through all those learning curves right now.
Bill, I'm so impressed. For a guy in real estate, you know a heck of a lot about wine. You must have drank a lot of wine along the way.
I will tell you a dirty little secret that I tell everybody, and that is that not only did I not know anything about wine, I didn't even drink wine before I came here. I was intrigued by the business opportunity, and it took about 15 minutes for me to fall in love with wine. We had gone out to dinner with a winemaker out of Northern California, Napa Valley, and he started ordering different wines, many of them which I'd never heard of, like Viogniers and all that stuff. And by the end of the evening, I said, I just had absolutely no idea, but the killer was when he opened up a bottle of red wine and I took a taste and I said, this wine is absolutely phenomenal. Can you tell me what this is? And he said, that's a Russian River Pinot Noir. I said, I think I just found my wine. Yeah. So that was the moment for me. And then my wife, she loves big cabs. She likes them big, you know. But my only regret is I didn't find this business when I was 25 instead of 55.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the financial part of it when you're 25 probably wouldn't have worked out as well as it has when you're 55. Bill, I'm so impressed with what you have here, and we're so honored for you to come down and at least talk to us and tell us a little bit about your winery. Thank you very much.
It's been our pleasure, and I know that you guys are going to have a really great dinner in our restaurant called Symphonies.
Tell us a little bit about your restaurant, since you just touched on that. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love to get that word out.
We have a white linen restaurant here on town. We don't like to refer to it as fine dining. We want people to feel comfortable coming in here casual. So we give you the trappings of a fine dining restaurant with the nice chairs and the linen and the like. But we always say it's white linen with Applebee's prices, and great steaks and seafood and all that sort of thing. So it's just good wholesome food. We don't serve anything we don't like ourselves personally. We don't have anything on the menu that we don't like to eat ourselves. And it makes for a great little day trip, especially for people in Las Vegas. They can come up here and have lunch, or come up and have dinner, have some wine, kind of experience a little microcosm of wine country in their own backyard. And one of the ads I run in Napa and Las Vegas, the headline says Napa's a 1-hour drive from Vegas, and then underneath it says, okay, just kidding. But we have something that's kind of cool. So
what I'm really enjoying is we have been to Pahrump quite a few times as a group, training out at the front site gun training, and never knew that you were here. Now that we know that you're here, this is going to be a constant stop on Saturday night with our group to come and have dinner and enjoy your wine.
Well, that's perfect, and you're very welcome here because I'm a Second Amendment guy. You know what? I'm all amendment guy. Bill of Rights, you name it. You know, I'm a true believer in the Constitution. Just leave it alone. It's worked pretty good.
For about 235 years.